Hello buddy, welcome back to Bram's channel. My name is Gaming and welcome back to a brand new video. Here on the channel, once again, here we are on F1 2022 My Team Career. Here we are next for the Australian Grand Prix. Our car is not looking too good. Very slow in the R&D department. Of course, not a lot of money to spend for the facilities. Let's see if we get our upgrade in a little bit. But first, since we got quite a bit of R&D, I don't know why. I guess I don't know. I have over 1,000, probably because I can only make one like development per department. But now that I finished the power department, I can obviously do another one. So let's just go with spark plugs, just like that. The success rate wasn't too good, and we got more running costs, and just like that, that should be it. And yeah, that. I think I'm gonna get spec 1 on one of these eventually. And yep, it looks like I'm going with quality control. Cheapest I could get, I guess. 1.2 million only for the upgrade. Of course I can't do anything, but anyways, I'll see you guys after qualifying and practice. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the 2022 Australian Grand Prix. Of course, due to COVID, we haven't been here for 2 years. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Melbourne, Australia for round 3 of the F1 2022 season. Of course, a new era of cars will be racing here since last time, and of course 3.28 miles of circuit with of course the 2 DRS zones after the FIA removed one of them after FP3, making it 14 turns with 2.5 meters of elevation, of course without one of the DRS zones, and of course a brand new era including the new circuit updates to Albert Park. Of course, here are the two most notable ones. Of course, the chicane has now been turned into a fast sweeping corner, and this corner over here has been widened for better overtaking opportunities. Here are the tire compounds for this race. Of course, the soft, medium, and hard, just like every race. It's the C5, the C3, and C2. The softest being 2 notches softer than the C3. Of course, the soft is usually 1 notch softer instead of 2, but that's what Pirelli have gone with this race.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Hamilton, George Russell, and Fernando Alonso. Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, and Kevin Magnussen. Bottas, Sainz, they've taken a grid penalty. Lando Norris, Ace, Mick Schumacher, Vettel, Daniel Ticktum, and Guan Yu Zhou. Stroll, Ricciardo, Albon, and Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track. Natalie Pinkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's fantastic to have you with us today. I'm curious though, how do you think the drivers stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay, now that we've got some good points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Albert Park for the Australian Grand Prix in 2022. As you can see, I can actually go to soft to hards, but I'm gonna decide against it. As you can see, I'm like very, just seeing what it would be like. But yeah, here we are in P14. Oops, accidentally pressed the formation lap thing. I don't know why I switched camera modes, I'll be honest. But starting P14 and I apparently jump
Okay,
start
so
on the
everything looks
formation
good
lap.
on the
That's
power
not a
unit
good sign.
cycles, so let's concentrate
But
on bringing tyres and
our
brakes up
teammate
to
is not
temperature.
too far behind. Of course, our car isn't that fast anyways. As yeah, there we go. Switched it back. I don't know why I even switched in the first place. But nothing here. Just gonna warm up the tires like everyone does. And of course, try not to hit anybody and get disqualified off the formation lap. Weaving around is, like, for me, I don't know if that's true, but the best way to heat up the tires. At least I see a lot of drivers doing it. But of course, the formation lap, and since this is immersive, you have to obviously, like the other races, have to get perfect parking. Well, you don't, but you should. So off the start, we're going to be fighting Norris and Sainz, and then behind us is going to be Schumacher and Vettel. So the two Germans behind us, the two good friends behind us, and of course former teammates ahead of us, Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz. Of course, former teammates with Sebastian Vettel and Carlos Sainz starting on the soft tires, even though it's the C5. So we'll see how that goes for them. But the cars in front and behind me, I cannot speak, are on the medium compound just like me. Just monitoring the temperature throughout this entire lap as we finally round the last few corners. Of course, there's 3 more to go, I think, if I know how to count. But let's, oh wow, into the gravel I go. Thankfully there's no damage in the formation lap, so that's a good thing. But there is tire degradation, so that's gonna be a thing. But as we now obviously go to a pit stop, oh my god, I can't speak, grid spot. We have to get the perfect parking spot, like so. We should get parked. Oh, I stopped way too early. Wow, I'm so, wow, that's like...
Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
Well, that was pretty weird parking, but it doesn't matter, because the fire lights are coming on for the Australian Grand Prix in 2022. Fire lights are on, and it's lights out, and away we go. We get a pretty decent start from Lando Norris. A better reaction probably, but Lando Norris in the McLaren is just still ahead. As we obviously go down the inside, almost touching wheels there. As we are still side by side with Lando Norris, we go off a little bit, probably feeling, at least not physically, but feeling forced off the track by Lando Norris as we send it down the inside on Magnussen, almost making it work, but it looks like we are now ahead of Lando Norris, now having to go side by side with Lando Norris. That is very good. It looks like Pierre Gasly just lost out to Magnussen ahead of us. Lando Norris is now behind us, being chased by Sebastian Vettel, who got past Mick Schumacher. Gasly and Magnussen going very slow, probably because of Bottas going slow. We get past Pierre Gasly and almost threading the needle through Magnussen, using overtake. As we go down the inside of Magnussen, using the slipstream ahead from Valtteri Bottas as we send it down the inside of Valtteri Bottas, of course, in the better line, stays ahead of us and in the better car, but we get a better exit using overtake as he defends and goes back to the racing line. We send it down the inside, making him lock up, apparently. That is actually pretty strange, as you see I just cut because I looked at the replay a little bit. But yeah, he did lock up. As now we are ahead of Bottas now, who went off, of course, because I apparently forced him off. I was like nowhere near him, but I guess I pressured the AI into making a mistake. So that's pretty cool how the AI makes mistakes like that. As we go deep and almost completely onto the grass. Gasly now in front of Norris. As it looks like Magnussen, something happened to Magnussen, maybe pitted. No, yeah, Magnussen pitted. So did Dr. Bottas, maybe. Maybe they made contact back there. But anyways, that is us up into P10. Of course, the only point position. We'll get 1 point for saying this, and let's continue to charge. Hello everybody, you're joining us on lap 5 of 29, almost lap 6 of 29. Of course, still a long way to go as we get a yellow flag, but green flag as something has happened behind us. Yep, something has 100% happened behind us. I can't speak. And it looks like, yes, there is a caution behind us. I can't see it. And there's Daniel Ricciardo is out of the race. And the safety car has come out. No, the VSC has come out. And Lando Norris, the two McLarens, are already out of this race on lap 6 of 29. Such disappointment for McLaren. Both of their drivers already out. And they only made it to lap 6. I wonder what happened there. But of course, you got to keep the delta positive, as we have to reduce our speed by 40% overall the entire lap. And of course, Pierre Gasly is very close behind, so that's going to be a problem, I'll assume. And it looks like it has gotten into a full safety car. A full safety car has now come out. That is going to change things a bit, as we now all of us will queue up. It looks like, as you can see, in the bottom left of the screen, you can see the orange dots of the two McLarens that went out. Don't know what, they might have made contact. They probably did make contact. But yeah, the VSC now into a full safety car. We're gonna bunch up and hopefully we can get the jump during the restart. Going a little bit too fast there. But of course, after this, after we cross the start finish line, we don't have to care. Oh no, it looks like we don't have to care about Delta anymore. As you can see, the safety car is just in front of us, not directly. Still quite a long way ahead. But I don't know what happened to McLaren's there, and well, hopefully it was. I'm assuming that they made contact.
8th place. Ocon is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 7.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Gasly's behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. Our gap to first place is 20.6 seconds. And that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. And that's 23 laps to go.
Well, anyways, now our job is just to catch up with the safety car. Well, I guess the path. As now we just cruise down this, of course, updated part of the track, and it looks like we are staying behind Esteban Ocon.
At this point. Time is a 1:22.2.
Sorry about that. Anyways, stay behind Esteban Ocon. Pierre Gasly is behind us, probably looking to jump up. Sergio Perez, P10. A lot farther down for a Red Bull, I would assume, but I think they pitted because now they're on softs. Or they didn't pit, I just didn't know what they started on, so I would assume they pitted because now they're already down here, unless I just completely forgot the starting grid. But full safety car, we don't know for how much longer, but yeah, let's get back to when we start racing again. That looks like it was this lap, and it wasn't very much long, but still, here we are as we see the engine of Yuki Tsunoda smoking as he tries to, of course, park it, but of course, since we were there, he couldn't. Yuki Tsunoda is out of this race during the safety car period. That's interesting. I've never seen an AI ever get out during the safety car period. But Yuki Tsunoda had a mechanical failure, as we just saw, promoting us another place as we try to get the jump on Esteban Ocon as we go racing once again around Albert Park here in Australia and Melbourne. Here we are using overtake, going down the main straight for lap 8 of 29 as we start resuming racing. As we send it down the inside, probably making contact as I go up there. I'm pretty sure I made contact with Esteban Ocon. He's now being pressured by Pierre Gasly as we check the replay here. Just watch the replay real quick to see if we did make contact. And it's like Verstappen is ahead of the two Mercedes and Ferrari. Yes, we 100% did make contact and then forced Esteban Ocon off. In real life, that would have been either a racing incident or a 5-time penalty. So to be more fair to Esteban Ocon, we flashback and overtake him slightly off the grass though. Not the very cleanest overtake, but this time hopefully not making contact. But now looking down the inside as Esteban Ocon locks up, giving us a slight bit of opportunity. Almost hitting Esteban Ocon, causing him to slow down as they try to outside now onto the racing line. We swoop around Esteban Ocon to take that P6 from him. Of course, we're not in a fast car, he will probably get us back later on. Esteban Ocon not giving up as Sergio Perez has now gone past Esteban Ocon. But I'm sure Sergio Perez would love to get past us. A lot easier than what Esteban Ocon is trying to do to us. course making it hard for him to overtake. Sergio Perez is behind, and we'll probably just let him through, as that is not the person we are racing. But as for now, ahead of Perez, we are ahead of Perez. Of course, Perez on soft tire, so having a lot more grip there. As you can see the proximity arrows, growing bigger as he gets closer and closer. We are not going to fight too much, at least I would hope so that I did, because he is not the person we are fighting today. We should just let him go, because, he is in a Red Bull, and he'll probably just go off anyways. As we go into the main straight again, almost completing lap 9, and there we go, completing lap 9 onto lap 10. Sergio Perez 5/10 behind, so apparently we are keeping Sergio Perez at bay, but we are probably gonna let him through whenever he can, just like here, we just let him go. I'm gonna fight it, of course, that's my position, and apparently I actually won. Wow. So yeah, it looks like I didn't let Sergio Perez fly that easily, and I'm forcing him to fight for the position, so that's gonna make it a bit interesting. But anyways, I'll skip to when something even more interesting happens. But for now, let's wait, as Sergio Perez is a lot closer, 2/10 the gap. Now it's closing and closing and closing. And here comes Sergio Perez down the inside. We're not gonna fight him much on this straight, I guess, because of course he is in a faster Red Bull, so we're not gonna fight him. As you can see, I did not attack the corner, I just let him go. Of course, we are now going to try to defend from Esteban Ocon, as now Sergio Perez is let free and is obviously going to chase down Fernando Alonso ahead of us. That was a pretty bad corner by me, but well, that's it for us as we let by Sergio Perez. So now all we got to do is defend from Esteban Ocon and Gasly and try to hold on to P7, if not P8 at least. So let's see what we can do. Here we are in lap 15, of course, as you can see everyone in front of us has pitted, so we're all briefly going to go into the pits. We pitted one lap later than what some of the AI did, so, and let's see what happens. There goes our teammate into our pits, so we got to make this a good pit stop, and that was a
Daniel is in the pits.
Weird.
Perfect job on the
A
turn
bit
in there,
slow
mate.
release
Looks like
from
a
me
nice
there.
stop time. We're happy with that
Hopefully
one.
we didn't hold up our
Look
teammate
after
there,
these
and it looks
tyres
like
now.
we
We
didn't,
want to
so
finish the
hopefully
race
that
on
is
this
true.
compound.
And now that we are behind Fernando Alonso and ahead of Esteban Ocon, just like we were before we came into the pits. So that means we held position, and hopefully we will hold position for the entirety of this race. But as for now, we are P7 out of 18 for cars have retired so far.
Use your overtake button
Four
more. It's
drivers
time to
have
utilise
retired so
some of this
far.
energy. Come on.
In between the two Alpines, or Alpines, I don't know how to say it. Between Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon. Looks like we have a very good gap ahead of Ocon, and looks like we're not going to catch Alonso as our tires are absolutely frozen. But let's see what we can do for the rest of the race, as we don't have to pit anymore. Here we are on lap 29 of 29, holding Esteban Ocon behind us as he tries to go down the inside, wheel to wheel down the inside, but we of course we have the race line, so we just stay ahead. Using overtake there. We have no ERS left, and Esteban Ocon will probably attack us. Oh no! I guess we forced him wide. Let's see. Yep, here's the replay. Let's see if I force him wide. As we go wheel to wheel, we go around the outside. No, actually, I mean, not really. No, I guess we do, because we did kind of force him to brake. So yeah, I guess we did force him because we left him no room, but oh well, we had the racing line, so hopefully that doesn't cause too much of a problem. But still P8. Of course, lots of concerns to Verstappen. Of course, he's in the Red Bull, so like how am I supposed to defend against Verstappen, you know? As Charles Leclerc wins the Australian Grand Prix, that's going to help him in the championship, as Verstappen is only P7, but of course in this game Mercedes is also very strong, just like now in their life, where now they're third in their constructors, and actually Russell could overtake one of the drivers. Yeah, I think it was like Sainz or something in the driver championship. But anyways, we have held out against Esteban Ocon as we go wide there. That's about Ocon, knowing that this is the last chance. We'll probably try. Let's see. No. Okay, good. The AI doesn't die from like very far back. And Esteban Ocon almost getting passed by Pierre Gasly, but that looks to be it. as now we only have 2 corners left after this one. Now with going around the last corner onto the main straight. That is us holding our position against Esteban Ocon. That is us finishing PA in the Australian Grand Prix in 2022.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé after a fantastic race. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals have made up some solid ground today. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
Carlos Sainz would be my first choice for this race. He had excellent race stamina, giving him the opportunity to charge through the ranks.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.
Well, that was a pretty difficult race for me, having to hold the Alpine behind us, of Esteban Ocon. But thankfully we stayed ahead. That is PA, and Dan Ticktum didn't do bad either. He gained quite a few places there and has 25k damage reduction. So I guess I damaged something, probably the underbody or something. There's $1.2 million now in cash. So hopefully we can upgrade facilities and quickly upgrade R&D. But I think that's it for now. So let's see what we can do in the R&D thing, and let's see if we can get any facility upgrades. But first of all, let's do the activities also. At least I hope I did. And yeah, so I don't know why, but this game has a lot of bugs, like as you can see in the big screen in the back there. My logo is like a glitched one, so yeah. But anyways, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I really hope you enjoyed. Anyways, this is Gaming Sign Off. I'll see you in a brand new video. Peace.